And after this hackathon, the most important aspect, I think Umesh and I both have received messages saying that, we have got a light of the day to start from where we have been talking about things. We have been listening, talking, hearing, reading every aspect with regards to technology, but we were not getting to know where we need to start. And our panelists who have been using technology on a regular basis in their day-to-day practice have come forward willingly on a pro bono basis to share how small things can add value to your entire practice or might be industry where you are working in on a continuous basis.
Thank you, Daya sir, for your opening remarks, and it's encouraging words that leads us in AI in ICI committee to work further under your chairmanship. And we are also having our leaders, Ranjit Agrawal sir, President and Vice President Charanjot Singh Ji Nanda, who are guiding us to lead forward in this AI in ICI committee. Friends, now let's focus on today's topic, that is the hackathon part 2 of use cases in MS Excel. Now let's move towards the next panelist, that is Dhaval. Over to you, Dhaval.
Hi, sir. First of all, thank you so much for having me here. It's a pleasure to be presenting in front of all the Chartered Accountants fraternity. So just to quickly introduce, I'm Dhaval Kodilkar, Chartered Accountant, fellow member of the Institute based out of Mumbai. And so today, what we all are discussing is about AI hackathon, and I'm really excited actually to speak about this issue, because as a chartered accountancy firm, we all have always struggled to achieve the practice level profitability, the CA practice, or at a client level profitability, and the main reason of that has always been the productivity of our staff. So that's where we all need to learn how AI can come in. So a story that I connect mostly is that when I started my CA journey, I had a very a strong relationship with my calculator, and I'm sure all of you all can connect that calculators have been one of the integral part of our entire CA curriculum study. Even in our exams, it was our partner. So similar way, I want all of you to now consider AI, the tools like ChatGPT, tools like Copilot, tools like Gemini to be a part of our CA practice, so much that they are like used in every hour of our CA practice. And that's where we are focusing today. And today, my first one of the case study that I have taken is about how we can integrate our artificial intelligence using Copilot generative AI language tool in an Excel to improve my tax computation, to improve my audits, to improve my client service level so that I achieve my client satisfaction, I achieve my profitability, and my staff is also happy. And this will bring more new students to the chartered accountancy course, because this will become more interesting as a course itself. So just coming to the next point, that one of the niche area that I have to present in today's 5 or 6 minutes presentation is what I have selected is how do you automate and how do you compute the TDS on the dividend which is being declared by a listed company to the shareholders, and how that TDS needs to be computed automatically using the tools like Copilot. So today I'll be using an Office 365 which is plugged with the Copilot. So this is a use case we'll be discussing today. I'm sure a lot of you must have observed that there are a lot of listed companies who are having like lakhs of shareholders data. And when they declare the dividend, it becomes pain for any CA firm and the staff to actually calculate the tax which is being applicable on each shareholder level. So just imagine there are 1 lakh rows in an Excel file, and how do you compute TDS for each of the shareholder? That takes like 8 days, 10 days, 15 days of work. And that's where I plan to automate this work. And this is the one use case we'll be discussing today. Obviously, there are a lot of use cases. I'll just quickly run through how the flow of the presentation will be. First, we'll start with the data scrubbing. Just clean up the data that you receive from the share transfer agents, compute the gross dividends, verify the compliance under 206 AB, because now you also need to check whether they have filed their tax returns, their PANs are operative, and then compute the TDS rates, and then compute the tax amount and the net dividend payable. Again, these are the couple of other case studies which maybe in future presentations I'll be happy to cover. And let's move to the worksheet now. Are you able to see my worksheet?
No, if your PPT is only visible.
Yeah, let me reshare.
You stop sharing and share it again.
Yeah. Just give me. Is it visible now?
Now visible.
Yeah. So basically, this is the shareholder dump data, which I would call it, which generally received at a chartered accountant's office. And what happens is that it has number of columns, number of rows, just so that today everything works fine. I have trimmed this data to over 700 records only. But again, this record runs into thousands and lakhs. So here is the quick summary how I do it and how I automate this work. So first thing, we start with the data scrubbing. So just to have a presentation quickly done, I've already written the prompts that I'm going to give it to the Copilot. So let's say I have selected this table. So first I want all this data to be sanitized. So there are a lot of things that you can play around, but just for the example purpose, what I've seen is there are 4 different columns for the addresses. So just to quickly show you how we can actually merge all this column or maybe demerge all this column. We'll just put one quick prompt that I want all these 4 columns to be clubbed into one column. You can do vice versa. You can play around. You can sanitize your PAN data. You can sanitize your number of shareholders data. A lot of things that you can do. I'm just showing you the one use case when you want to play around with the columns and rows. Yeah. So here you can see we have inserted the prompt has generated the formula. So I'll insert that column. So I've got all my addresses at one place. So this is one of the quick way to compile all the lakhs of rows into one single prompt. Then the next thing that comes into my mind is that how do I check this lakhs of shareholders data when whether they have filed their tax returns, whether their PANs are operative, whether in fact their TDS liability are higher than 50,000 as required under the 206 AB. So then you obviously download the data from the reports inside portal. But again, to match that data with the data that you have received from the share transfer agent is another task. So again, with Copilot, it's automated. I have just given the respective prompt. Again, all this prompt will be available for you guys to later on view. Uh, I have just given the prompt to them. There is a 206 AB data dump downloaded in this file. I have the PAN data from the BANPOS received in this file. And here, in a fraction of seconds, I'll get the entire 206 AB specified person, yes or no data in the column U. While Copilot working on that, let's go to the next step, which is how do I compute the TDS? So again, I have written the prompt here. And in the meanwhile, we have this data as well. So as you can see, the data has created. These are the specified persons. These are not specified person. So again, so the next step comes to my mind is that now I want to apply the TDS rate on these respective shareholders. So again, I want to tell them that if it's Indian public, if your dividend is less than 5,000, there will be TDS. There will be no TDS. If the TDS is more than 5,000, there will be 10% TDS. And if you are again a specified person, then the TDS is going to be double of whatever the rate applicable to you. So again, I have given that prompt here. And the last two prompt, which are like pretty fair, easy to understand, just to compute the TDS and give me the net amount payable to the share.
For the last 2 minutes.
Yes, sir. Just imagine at least for 700 data, if Copilot is taking 2 minutes, let's say even for a lakh number of shareholders, it will still take like 2-3 hours, but still it's better than spending 8 to 10 days of time of your staff, the CA. There are multiple checks that happens in a firm. So this is where we need to bring automate, guys. You have to be the next gen chartered accountants to make a difference in profession, to make a difference in the Indian growing economy. You have to utilize AI as much as possible in everything. In fact, the way we used to use calculator continuously in our accounts or mathematics or any other test, just think about that. Use AI in each of every field of your practice. And that's it. My TDS it is computed. Now they will calculate the TDS amount, and the last prompt will be to compute my net dividend payable to the shareholder. Again, this is pretty simple formulas. You can still do the gross dividend minus TDS net dividend, but I have still showed to even you can use the prompts for the simple things as well. And again, when it comes to the shareholders data, you also need to file 15 CACBs. So again, that is something that can be automated with the AI tool. You got the TDS amount, now the Excel will compute the net amount that is payable to the shareholders. So this is how it is done. And just I want to say last one line before the clock ticks is, guys, as a chartered accountants, unified, we all flourish as a cohesive force, nurturing collective growth and prosperity. And as the anniversary has rightly said at the start of the conversation, that this is the only profession where we all share knowledge, even with the competitors, because end of the day, we improve our profession as a whole. And with that, I would want to end my presentation. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Dhaval, for the excellent presentation. Yes, you have used the prompts and taken up the lot of data for the TTS calculations.